Springtime is here, and we've got 20 acres of clover to plant. It's finally time to get our tractors out on this new, huge property. Later on today, we're planting corn and getting ready for a busy season here on the farm. Welcome back to our Montana Homestead here in FS25. On the map, Judith Plains, Montana 4X. Here is our new field, and, well, it's March. Yeah, so it's March. Last video, it was December, but of course, nothing really much going on over the winter. Did a couple of contracts. Sold some of our dried corn from our corn harvest. And, well, it's March, so it's time to be planting grass on our new field. Look how big this, it's so big and beautiful, this field. 20 acres. And so, yeah, we're going to be planting clover out here. And... yep, so we're using our new tractor, a new Steyr tractor that I showed you last time. I've got it set up here running the seeder. Yeah, we're planting clover, which I think what we're going to do is, I think we're going to, instead of doing hay with it, we're going to do silage. I think silage will get a higher price, so we'll have to look into a bale wrapper, but I think this is going to be a very big field. It's going to be fun to work, and the whole idea was, well, the whole idea was to have basically, you know, like I said, like, more field than we can work, you know? I mean, kind of, right? As in, enough field to keep us busy so that there's no need to do contracts because we have our own farm, you know, to do stuff on. And I need to realign to start this right here. So, I did double up the rear wheels on this tractor. This is a pretty beefy seeder, but it runs it just fine. Yep, we're planting clover, and I only just got the headlands done. I left the rest of the field. We're going to work on this here, and it's a beautiful day. It's kind of a little bit foggy, but it's a beautiful March morning. Didn't get a whole lot of snow over the winter. This makes our old grass field look just plain small. Our, you know, the field where we're growing the alfalfa, that is... well, I mean, we got this whole entire right here, you know, 20 acres of what's going to be 20 acres of clover. Right up here past the shed on the right, we're coming up to our alfalfa field, which now looks just miserably small. Oh, we also got a new mower. I traded in our old mower for a new one. I'm fine with our equipment mostly. I'm fine with our tractors. We don't have any super big tractors. You know, we got this right here, 190 horsepower tractor, and we have our Fendt 900, it's an old 900 Fendt with 260 horsepower. Those are our tractors. We don't have any big tractors or any super big equipment, but let's shut that down. We could use a new mower. I mean, our mower was seriously, it was just a little 2-blade, 3-meter wide mower that went behind the tractor. That's just too small for this, you know, 20-acre field. So I sold that, and I picked us up a bigger John Deere Batwing style mower right here. A little bigger, about twice as big actually, about twice as wide. I think this is a suitable mower. I like this mower a lot. So this is what we're going to use on that field right here. We'll be using this mower. We'll need a bale wrapper. We want to buy a bale loader too. Now we've got the money to buy one, and that's what the money's for. Saved up the money to buy a bale loader because this field is probably going to put out like 100 bales. But I'm just waiting until, I mean, we don't need it now, so I'm not going to buy it now because, hey, what if a used one, you know, goes on sale? Next month, looks like next month we'll be cutting this field here, but we don't need the bale loader for this field. You know, this has been traditionally like 17 bales, but we might want to look at the bale wrapper. I think we're going to do silage instead of hay. It sells for more. So we'll want to get a bale wrapper. Might finance that because those are not incredibly cheap. Those are like 60 grand. We'll have a look at that. I'll have a look at that. I might finance that unless we can make some more money. I mean, there's going to be a lot of contracts this year. And again, though, the idea was, you know, I wanted a field to be, yeah, I wanted to be so busy on our own farm we didn't have time to do contracts. But anyway, and yeah, I like our current tractors. I like most of our equipment layout. Couple things could improve though, like for instance, perhaps a bigger header for our harvester. Few things. We'll see how things go, but largely I want to save up for more land. Like I still want more land. I want more big fields. I like the idea here that we have these big fields, you know, this one and that over there. We got big fields and we're working with pretty normal sized equipment, which I it's not something I ever done. I always aspired to get bigger and badder tractors, and while that's fun and all, I think it'd be fun to have, like I've said, you know, a few times, it'd be fun to have more land and with regular tractors. I spend so much time doing contracts on this map. Wouldn't it be great if we spent that time on our farm? So if we have that kind of land, yeah, I figure the alfalfa, I can speak for the alfalfa for sure. The alfalfa that we have in that field over there takes 3 months to grow. So we plant it, and then it's, what, 2 more months before we can harvest it, I think. We plant it, it's growing the next month, and then it's growing the next month, and then we harvest it, I think. So that's 3 months. This field here, so we're planting this in March, which means May, June, we'll harvest this in July and replant it, and then August, September, so then in October we'll harvest this again. So it's 2 harvests. So we'll get 2 harvests out of this. Yeah, we'll get 2 harvests out of this year. I think if that math is right, which seems pretty simple, then yeah, we'll get 2 harvests out of this field this year. That field down there, if we harvest that in May, well, August, that one we'll get 3 harvests out of. Yeah, just because, yeah, because it's already ready to harvest next month. Next year, this one will probably get 3 harvests. This will be a good year. That'll be a good year, yeah. And the idea is to save up and get another field this size. There's a couple around here if we look at the map here. You know, we've got our farm based right here for now. This alfalfa field is now pretty small. It's kind of nothing right now. We could just wipe this field out, expand our farm. Grab my mouse here. We could either expand our farm down here, or, you know, we could buy this farm here. This farm here, 481,000 buys this whole farm. I mean, that's possible. It's a possibility. Back out of that. There's fields, there's similar size fields, like for instance, this field right here, similar size. Yeah, 533,000, just slightly bigger than this. There's other nearby fields. This one right here is 480,000. So there's 2 nearby fields of similar size. So right now, I guess the silage production, well, it was it was hay. I guess we'll go to silage. I guess that's the thing of the farm right now. I think it's a great way to make money. But maybe we could work towards like some kind of production or something. Like, I'd like to have more fields. I think that growing the grass here and making it into silage would be a good income track to maybe afford another field. Maybe once we get like another field, maybe we could go for some kind of bigger scope production chain thing. I had an idea, something that I've never done. I haven't done yet anyway. What about like pizza production? I thought that'd be cool. I was like, oh yeah, we could. I mean, I did a farm once that made cornbread. That was just kind of cool. I mean, and it's really nothing more than just making the product, shipping it out and selling it, but it's the whole mindset of it. The mindset of, if our farm was built specifically to produce pizza, I just thought that'd be cool. Because it is a product you can produce in the game, you know, or at least on this farm. I don't know if it's custom with this map, or I think it's a default production with FS25. See, I've never done it. But I thought, well, that sounds yummy, quite literally, right? And I was like, well, that's cool. You know, we could have greenhouses for the garlic, the chili peppers, and the tomatoes. We could have cows to make the cheese, and we could have, you know, wheat fields or whatever, you know, whatever kind of fields to make the flour for the dough. And that's something that I think would be fun to do with a big farm. I've done production-based series before. You know, farming here, our only real goal so far has been, well, it was the idea of the homestead, where we started off with very little equipment but very big fields. So we're keeping the big fields, we're keeping the ratio of, you know, more fields than we have equipment, which I think is cool, but with no real bigger goal other than how we started with, you know, small homestead, the big land. But we're kind of past that. We're past the starting stage. You know, the rules, I like the rule set under which we started this farm. You know, the rules which we started in the original episode 1 with, you know, we could only start the farm with what equipment we could bring out here in one trip, and that's all we had. And if you recall, like the first month, you know, the first day or whatever, we stayed out here just in a tent on a field. We had to actually harvest the field to build room for a farm. All that was great starting out. It's a great challenge to start out with, but now we actually have a functional farm, Now I think it's time to say, okay, well, what kind of goal do we want moving forward in the farm? So pizza production was an idea. I thought that'd be cool. Or something like that, you know, maybe something that required different kinds of crops, animals, and steps to work towards and produce. There's lots of production on this map. There's also, you know, there's beer, there's whiskey, but that's not really my thing. The pizza did kind of stand out. There's other things, you know, canned goods. There's a lot of production and stuff that I haven't gotten into the game, have not gotten into in the game, which I think would be cool. For instance, well, all of the Asian influence stuff that's in the game now, that they added, that's in FS25, right? You know, but I think that'd be best done on one of the Asian maps, especially since we are in Montana. For instance, rice, I don't think grows in Montana, you know, but you know, I think it'd be more fun to have an Asian style map for that. But I mean, like the rice paddy style farming thing is what I mean. I think that would be cool, but obviously not here in Montana. It wouldn't fit. Okay, so that'd be a future series or something. But here, let's have a look at the production that is here, though. So here, though, available. So you got pizza, canning, but that's kind of just a one-step, one-and-done thing. But, you know, there is whatever. There's all this stuff here, you know, chocolate, and is there baked goods? Probably. Flour. Yeah, see, cakes, pasta. I think most of this, if not all of it's like base FS25 stuff, except I don't think whiskey and beer is. No, it wouldn't be. But I think all the other stuff is basic stuff. But so there's some production. There's some production. And then, well, that's for this farm. I was gonna say they're adding in fish production. Yeah, they're adding that in. Oh, I forget when that comes out, but that's not in the game yet. And we're talking about for this farm here. Although that, if that's soon, then that could be. I saw a little bit of it. The fishing thing. They're adding. I don't know what all there is to it. It didn't seem like a whole lot, but they're adding what, like basically fish breeding or whatever, which is if you've ever played a Russian map for FS25, then you would have seen that. It's one of the most common things in Russian maps is fish production. That has been since I've played the game. I started playing the game in FS19, and that was a staple in Russian maps for a long time. So they're finally adding it as a base game thing, which is cool. You know, if a farming simulator over time slowly integrates, you know, the stuff that the community's been doing, and I like how they do that. They slowly bring that stuff into the game, and with the, I think it's the next major thing, they're bringing the fishing production or whatever. I've never done it. I've seen it as a part of mini maps, but I've never done it. That's cool. That all becomes standard. It's cool that all this other stuff that is now has become, you know, standard features of the game as well. Well, this field is going pretty fast. Well, this machine is not too small. You know, it's a 6-meter wide machine. This was a good investment we made last year, this seeder, and it's kind of necessary for a field this big. Honestly, this is a good size machine for this field, if not even a little small, actually. The main thing about this seeder that's making it so good is that it's got a decently fast work speed. That's what's really good about it. It's got a decently fast work speed. And this is a nice looking tractor. I like this tractor a lot. But if we let's look at the map here. Why is it not? There we go. Okay, so we've not made that. Yeah, this is, honestly, it's kind of a small machine for this field. Still got a ways to go. But it makes, 11 miles an hour, that ain't bad. That's honestly a lot faster than a lot of crops are to plant. With 2 grass fields, which are being harvested at different times, should keep us pretty busy this year. Although that alfalfa field over there is kind of really nothing compared to this. It's really hardly a field at all. But with, yeah, still with that one and this one here being harvested at different times, oh, you know what? This is going to be... Oh, I forgot. I completely forgot. Those 2 fields right there. There are 2 other fields. I've been so focused to see. That's how excited I was to get out here and plant grass on this field. With all this going on, I forgot. We have our main 2 fields right here. These 2 guys here, which you can see now properly show as being joined together. Yeah, remember we joined those last episode. It was still showing them split. Well, they were corn. I say do corn again. Of course, that's going to make this a very busy month. That means as soon as we're done here, that means heading out there and planting corn So that's going to be something else we're doing this month. Yeah, so that is going to be busy. Because after we're done with this, we're going to want to fertilize this. So we're going to be... Yeah. Well, that's there. I was going to say that doesn't leave much time to do contracts this month. Well, there we go. That was kind of the idea, the thing that I was saying. Is that turned on? Yeah. So after this, we're going to be fertilizing this, and then planting corn over there, probably fertilizing that. Oh, and rolling. I like to roll this. I would. That's pretty much everything that I can manage. Maybe we'll have 2 episodes this month. I mean, we had an episode in December. We had nothing. We didn't have one for November. We didn't have one for January, February. Yeah, I mean, we might have 2 March episodes. There's a lot of work to do here. A lot. Yeah, we won't have time for contracts. That's pretty cool. Already did one, to be fair. I did a hoeing contract earlier this morning. But it looks like it's... The rest of this month is going to be all work on our own farm. And that's cool. That's exactly what I wanted. And that was the exact aim. Glad that came together. You know, that was the exact aim of having bigger fields and medium-sized tractors. 1 second, my thing fell here. All right, I just had something. I gotta find a way to fix this in place. However, oh yeah, speaking of, sorry, this cord is in the way. Well, so I got a new controller. So no more of my controller disconnecting. That was a thing. I've had that happen. Oh, probably over like the last week or so. And I use an Xbox controller to play both Roadcraft and Farming Simulator, and it's been constantly disconnecting. I tried everything. I tried running it wirelessly. I tried updating the firmware in the controller itself. I tried everything, trying to avoid the inevitable, which I finally broke down and did, and just bought a new one. You know, I figure, hey, that last Xbox controller I've had it probably for about 2 years. Yeah, they cost $70, but, you know, that last one lasted like 2 years, so got a new one. So no more controller disconnecting, which was quite annoying. Planting grass, planting corn. Yeah, we'll probably have 2 videos this month. I like to farm a lot. I like to do a lot of farming and stuff in my own time in between the videos, and, well, there's just so much here to do that this is going to be one of those months where and this is going to be cool. See, I've been keeping it on 1x time scale. That's just how much work there's been on this farm. And my playtime here, 93 hours played, backs that up. Yeah, it's pretty much been 1x time scale, and it looks like this month here is going to be 1x time scale probably all day. And the thing I was saying is beautiful about that is, yeah, just our farm. Just our farm. I guess that would be the goal. You know, if I can run the whole month, 1-to-1 time scale, be busy the entire month just on our farm. I guess the way I see it is that's running a farm, right? That's running a farm. If you're spending the whole time working on your own farm, there you go. Oh, I did go to the store and I picked up our new trailer. That's down by the corn crib. We got a big 30,000 liter trailer now. Can't see it from over here. I guess the house is in the way, but it's a big red trailer. Very nice. I sold one of our smaller tippers, so we still got one small tipper, and then we got that big one. But yeah, we got a new big 30,000 liter tipper. It's something we need. Mostly I mean, we had 2 smaller tippers, which together held that much. This is handier because it's just, you can actually back it up. It's just better quality. And this new tractor is, I feel like it's like the perfect tractor for this. It just feels so right pulling this seeder. I mean, it couldn't pull anything bigger, but it's perfect for the size equipment we got. I wonder if it'll pull our planter too. I'll check on that here in a second, actually. And it'd be nice to not use our Fent for as much stuff. The Fent has got a lot of hours on it. I just gave it its either 3rd or maybe 4th service. But yeah, our Fent, I don't know where I left it. Where did I park it? Yeah, it's had 3, maybe 4 services now. Well, it's parked. Huh. Well, it's somewhere. But our planter here, I just came to see our planter. Will our Steyr tractor run this? According to this, no, actually. We may have to use the Fent for this. This says required power 220. Well, we can try the Steyr. I mean, it's the Steyr. It's big enough. Hence, also, yeah, I put more weight and more traction on it with those double rear wheels. It's got the size to handle this. No, it says it requires 220 horsepower. The Steyr tractor we've got has 190. Those are not hard and fast rules. I bet, as long as we didn't have to go up a hill or anything, it'd probably run that. I was just walking around the farmyard. I was curious, where was our Fendt? It's parked over here by these silos. So here's our new trailer over here. I do want to buy a new one of these augers, but also we need more silos. We need other things. That stuff can wait. But yeah, big new trailer. Got some dry corn. Yeah, but we're going to hang on to that. Well, I guess we'll get back out to the seeding. I just wanted to take a little break here and have a look at some of the other stuff in the farmyard. It's still pretty gray out here. Boy, I look forward to when everything gets green again. This is going to be a gorgeous field when it's planted. The clover looks really cool. It'll be about the same height as the alfalfa, but it's, you know, it's clover, so it's going to be all little white flowery tops. So this whole field, this 20-acre field, which, you know, darn near, you know, from this point of view here all the way to the horizon is going to be, yeah, just lush green, knee-high white flowers. It looks like a field of wildflowers from, you know, horizon to horizon almost, really. It's going to be a beautiful field until we mow it. Until we mow it, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame this tractor doesn't have the power that our planter says it requires. But again, there's some wiggle room there. We'll see. If I get this done here, we'll head out and hook it up and see. But as you can see right here, actually, look, this thing is kind of struggling with this right there. For a moment, this was kind of struggling with this a little bit. And this machine here says it requires 160, I think. Yeah, this says it requires 160. But it's a decent hill. Well, our new clover field is all done. We're here. It's a little after lunchtime. It's just after lunch, actually. So I got all of the clover planted. We got it all fertilized, and I even ran over it with the roller. This field is totally good to go. What a beautiful field. So that means now we're going to be planting corn, I guess, here on our cornfield, just to make sure that, oh yeah, so right here you can see this is all good. I got all the filters on, and this field looks good. Now, make sure corn planting season, actually, no, it's not corn planting season until next month. Okay, then. So, yeah, I didn't think about that. I'm glad I checked. So I guess we don't have as much to do this month on our farm as we thought. I was, you know, earlier in the video when I was doing all this over here, I was like, oh, we have so much to get done. Well, everything here is pretty squared away. I went to the store. I filled up our fertilizer spreader. Well, I had to. It was pretty much out. I filled up our fertilizer spreader here. It's got some left in it. And while I was at the store, I also got some seeds. I got a few pallets of seeds and fertilizer. The fertilizer filled up the spreader. We got some seeds back here if we need it. The one thing I'd like to do, we do have the tractor running here, is I want to plant grass along our road here. Why don't we, that's one thing that we can do. Let's get some grass planted. Oops, that's not our road. Along here, so that, well, especially now that this tractor has the double rear wheels, so that we have a little more clearance on each side when we're driving down the road, when we're pulling trailers and big farm equipment. I think it'll look nicer too. So what I figure we'll do is we'll get our seeder and maybe just kind of run it, just hanging half into the field a little bit. We'll just kind of eyeball it. I think it'll look just fine. I haven't really tried anything like this yet, so we'll see how this works, how this, you know, ends up looking and everything. I don't know. I think it'll work okay, and if not, no big deal. Let's go ahead and swap this to just regular grass, I guess. Or, yeah, just go with regular grass. So I'll just run this half on the field. I never tried anything like this, not precisely. Normally I would have just landscaped the grass in, but we're going to do it this way. Yeah, you know what? Let's put it down. Let's just turn it on. And we're just going to do it like this. I'll just keep the, yeah, we'll just keep it hanging over like this. I'll see how it looks. When we plant the corn in the field, we'll just kind of overlap it into the grass a little bit. I think it'll look just fine. And it'll give us a little more space to go down the road here. And we'll see how it looks. All right, so we got that side done. Let's get it turned around a bit here. And we're gonna head down the other side. Sure, no one's coming down the road. And we'll just kind of get it back to right about. Let's get this over a little bit more. Let's get this over. There we go. Yeah, when we plant the corn, well, yeah, we'll see how the grass grows up. And that'll actually work too, because since we're not planting the corn until next month, the grass will be kind of coming up, and we get an idea how it looks, and we'll overlap it some. Sure has been really humid today. It hasn't rained yet, but you see all this dense fog here. It's been really foggy. If you actually look at my, you can see where the sun's hitting my front fender right there. You can see it's got water droplets on it. And you may have noticed earlier, I don't know if you saw it or not, but earlier, it was a bit muddy out in that field over there. In the, our new clover field over there. It was actually a bit muddy. I had mud caked on my tires. In fact, yeah, if you look at the tractor, yeah, you can see water droplets and mud on it, but it hasn't rained yet. Look, the sky's clear. That's just how incredibly foggy it's been today. It's just been really darn foggy. All right, so, you know, we might just be good for this month. I thought we were going to have corn to plant. I thought we were going to have so much to do here in March. So how about we just get this parked in here, turn this around. And wait, yeah, we're not going to use this. No, this won't be planting our corn. This is, we're going to park this back in here. I'm going to get this parked back in here, and I don't see why not just move forward into April. Well, guys, it is April. I just woke up and I came out here, and I was looking out here, and I was like, where's the grass? Why isn't the grass growing? I planted the grass right here. It's not growing. I was so confused. I was literally so confused. And then I realized, oh, oh. Guys, I'm stupid. All right, so that's how good it looks. I didn't think it would look that good. I didn't think it would look that good. I kid you not. I came out here. I was like, where's the grass? The grass isn't growing in the field. Wow. That looks so darn good. You would think I landscaped that in there, wouldn't you? You guys didn't see me personally run the tractor down there and plant it. Let's get a good view of this. Let's check this out. Yeah, so it's April morning, and yeah, look at the sky. It's supposed to rain today. The weather forecast said around 11 o'clock, or 11 or 12 o'clock. So we'll see about that. But we got like 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours until such time. So we'll see about that. We'll see how this looks. Yeah, you know, this looks really good. I think we could kind of rough this road up here, maybe with little gravel spots, some things like that. And that's something else I was looking at in the farmyard too. I think some little tufts of grass, some bushes and shrubs and flowers here and there would do some good. So we might do some stuff like that here along this. Let's see how this looks up at the road. I really kind of had to phone that in up at the road. Just kind of see how it looks. Yeah, I wanted to make sure we had room to turn the trucks in. Yeah. You know, guys, this looks really darn good. Ridiculously so. Now, however, the thing to remember is this is still the field. You know, like you can see here, wait, what's up with this? Why does this field need rolling? This one doesn't. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Well, you can see there's several different states across these fields. When we plant corn, we're going to do basically a hard reset, except the lime. I'm not worried about that yet. Maybe next year we'll lime this, but it'll be fine. But anyway, so what I'm showing you is technically this is here field. So like, yeah, I don't know how else to put it. This is field. Like if I come through the corn with the cultivator and I get the cultivator too far over here, it will go through this, which is what I wanted. I wanted, oh wow, that's like look at that. That's like a postcard. It's beautiful here sometimes with the lighting. I think also that tractor really Yeah, I just kind of caught a view of that. I was like, wow, that's really pretty. So, so yeah, since this is field here, it'll be treated as such. So if we track it up, if we drag a blade through it, anything like that, it will mess up that grass. That's cool. Then we can just like fix it, replant it, or I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that does still count as the field there, right? So we can get on our corn planting. Let's see if this tractor will pull that planter, the corn planter, because I don't know. Now it says it requires 220 horsepower. Is that what it said it requires? Our tractor here has 190. If it doesn't, no worries. We can pull out the Fendt. But let's see. I haven't used this since, well, it's been a year since I've pulled this planter out. It's been sitting back here since we used it last. Let's see how this tractor does with it. Looks like I detached the whole thing just as it was right here. Let's get this out here where we can see it. Yeah, I've not used this in a while. So what we got to do to use this guy here is... Let's go ahead and get this up so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to fold this out like so. All right, it's got fertilizer in it, it's got corn. We're going to want to refill it a little bit. Couldn't hurt. We'll bring it around back and get it refilled. Let's go ahead and drop this down. Attach that off of that. Now, and then we got this little bit here. This is just like a hitch to hitch it up. We'll just, whoops, I didn't mean to run into that. We'll just drop that off right there. All right. Now, let's see. First of all, let's see if we can pull this guy here. I think we might be fine, so long as there's no big hills or anything. And even then, we might still be fine. So when we pull out here, because like I said, the grass is still technically part of the field, when I pull up our GPS map, it's going to pretend like the grass isn't there, as you can see. So we'll have to eyeball that up to the edge of the grass because, yeah, again, yeah, it still counts that all as the same field. We'll just eyeball that. Let's see if our tractor here can pull this. This thing's pretty big and heavy. I mean, we got the tractor set up for maximum traction, but this thing is pretty big and heavy. Let's find out. Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, it says it requires, you know, those numbers are not hard, fast requirements, but definitely keep that kind of stuff in mind. But in this case, I think our tractor's got enough traction to pull it. We don't have any big hills here on this. You know, for a rainy day, yeah, it looks kind of pretty out here. Well, I'm just glad everything's green again. And, you know, that is it. It was gloomy for so long. I spent a long time in the winter and the early, you know, pre-spring, whatever you call that, you know, like, you know, even last month, things weren't very green yet, even though it was technically spring. But now, even though it's rainy, it's a nice looking day out here. Everything's green at least. So now that we know this will run, when we get to the end of this row, what we're going to do is I'm going to do the trim line against the grass, see how that goes. Again, I've never done this. I don't know what will happen when if I overlap it into the grass. Will it become a mess? Will it, I don't know. But we're on our way to having a really cool looking field, I think. So we're going to just kind of trim this along the edge of the grass here. Yeah, it will eat into the grass. That's what I figured it would do. So we want to line this up. We want to keep our little grass line there looking good. It being part of the field, I think it's cool. It means, now I've thought about doing this with the entire farm, not having the safety lines of the field, but rather like things actually are, where if you get into something, you get into it, etc., if you know what I mean. All right, so corn and planting and go. All right, so we're just gonna come right along this. Hit cruise control on, and we're just going to keep it smooth, going all the way down here. And we'll see how this looks. I think it'll be fine. Well, I got to say, I didn't know how the grass was going to look, and I was so surprised. I almost kind of wish I'd recorded my reaction when I walked out there. Actually, maybe I have it. Like, I don't know. It depends if I audibly said something out loud or not. I don't know. The mic was on, so I don't know if I said something or not. If it's there, I'll find that. All right, so we're just about to the end of this, and then we're going to go on the other side and trim along the grass edge there. I think this was a cool idea. I'm eager to see how this plays out. But see, like this tree up here, I want to get some like little bushes and shrubs and stuff to place at the base of the tree. It's kind of an idea I had earlier. I was like, you know what would make this yard look better is if we had some smaller touches like that, and I could work on the gravel and stuff like that a bit more as well. See about that. I got lots of new ideas about I don't know, more inspiration. With spring came like inspiration to get some stuff done and looking good here. Unfortunately, we really can't see how this is going to look in its final form until this last bit here, until next month, you know, when the corn starts to grow, but there we go. Now we can go ahead and continue planting the corn on the rest of the fields like normal now. It's got this, just notice, it's got this machine hanging off the edge pretty good there. I might not have planted that corn as close to the grass as I was thinking. See, I'm fairly new with this machine. I'm not real familiar with where its edge is. Again, we'll find out when the corn grows. I think it'll look fine. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Now, of course, this is also fertilizing, so yeah, after this, all we have to do here is roll this. Oh, you know what I want to do? I completely forgot. I got so obsessed with this now that it's April, and we're working out here in the corn. I was so focused on this, I forgot to even look at our clover field. I want to see the clover coming up. And also, we want to check our alfalfa field. It should be ready to cut, I think. Yeah, it should be ready to cut. So we can try out our new mower, too. Going down the the southern edge. Yeah, because our farm's right there. Going down the southern edge of our field. Here is our clover field right up here. I'm looking forward to this. Oh, I can't wait to see till it, once it starts flowering. Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll look like a huge wildflower field. Get this parked here. Let's check this out. Look at this. 20 acres of... Okay. Not so impressive right now. Yeah, 20 acres of patchy grass is what we've got right now, but wow, look at that. This is going to be, and I did everything to make sure the yield is as good as possible. Speaking of which, we're going to want to run over this with fertilizer. It's going to want another stage of fertilizer. Other than that, it is totally good. Yep, it needs one stage of fertilizer, and that'll be fine. And then looking here, yep, this alfalfa field here is ready to harvest. Well, let's go ahead and run up the field with our corn here. I want to get the whole outline of the fields done. We got the inside lines of the field. I want to go ahead and get the there we go. Get up the go up the outside here, and then along the road, and then all we have is the insides of the fields. I really like the idea of this clover field over here. I mean, I keep saying it. It's because, yeah, I don't think I've ever been so excited to have a field. I want to get more big fields. I've already had a look around here. I want to get bigger, more massive fields. I just had a lot of fun working it. In previous times, I've always gotten bigger tractors and then gotten fields to match. I've never gone the other way around. I've never gotten bigger fields and just enjoyed working them with the equipment that I had. Maybe I was always in a hurry and I didn't have the patience to work long hours. I don't know. But I'm hungry for a bigger field that wasn't big enough. Of course, I may be eating my words come harvest when we have to bale all that. And I plan on wrapping all of it into silage. That's going to be a long job. But I've done so many big contracts here on this map, here in Judith Plains. I've done so many big contracts for other neighboring farmers. That really doesn't seem that intimidating. It doesn't, because I've done, you know, that field is it's 8 hectares. I have done 10-hectare fields of bale wrapping, you know, for contract pay for another farmer. So I guess that's part of it. It doesn't seem that intimidating anymore. I've been here on Judith Plains 4X for, well, I guess I showed it earlier, 93 hours, right? Done a lot of contracts. How many contracts have I done? There, 53. I've done 53 contracts. And 53 contracts. And the thing is, it's, you know, unlike your normal farming area, this is 4X. I mean, the fields here in Judith Plains, Montana are big. Really big. So, I mean, yeah, done some fair amount of work, you know. On our farm in Riverbend Springs, the first FS25 series we did, Guy Friday's Country Goods, that series, which we did in Riverbend Springs, I remember I did over 100 contracts there. But that was Riverbend Springs, regular sized area, comparably tiny fields, really. Still, that was something, you know, over 100. That was definitely something. But there's, man, it's a pretty day out here. I think it's the red of the tractor against the gray sky that makes it look kind of cool. So this month is going to be pretty busy because once we're done here in these fields, it's out to the alfalfa field, and we're going to cut and bale that. I guess if we want to start doing the silage now, then now would be the time to get that bale wrapper. So that's the thing. Okay. Well, I figured we'd finance the bale wrapper. It's a little expensive. I figured we'd finance that. I'm not taking out any loans here. No loans have ever been taken out on this farm, but I'm fine with using the financing ability that we have with that mod. It makes sense. I think it's realistic. It's immersive. So let's see how much that would cost. Because we're going to be cutting this. Yeah, there might be. We might have another episode here this month. Well, to be fair, okay. Well, I said that in March. Well, not sticking to a strict thing. I thought March was going to be longer. It looks like April's going to be longer. We'll just see. But there might be. We might have that. Oh, I just saw the used vehicle sale. Look at this. A truck. It's too bad this truck doesn't have any kind of fifth wheel hitch on it. The bale wrapper we have to have is this one. Unfortunately, it's this one. This only wraps round bales, only round bales. This does square bales, but this wraps them into like, I'm not a fan of the way this one works. And if you have a field with like 100 bales on it, this would be a nightmare. This wraps them in a long tube. Not what we're looking for. This is, yeah, kind of the option here. So $62,000. Let's have a look at it here. If we want to finance this, 6 months, $10,000 a month. Not even a question. Piece of cake. That's the shortest financing we can do. $10,000 a month. That's easy. There we go. Okay. So $10,000 a month we got to put aside. Piece of cake. Not a problem. That's waiting for us at the shop. That way, all right. So we're going to start doing that this month. Yeah. So next episode will still be this month because the way it's broken up is kind of weird. Oh, look at that. Is that the sun kind of coming out? I was there for a minute. So, yeah, next episode we'll be working with that. That'll be cool. I'm going to get this corn planted here and run the roller over it because this is fertilizing as we go. Let's get soil composition. We turn off rolling. And this map doesn't like to update all the time. 4X maps sometimes don't like to update. Sometimes you got to do that. There we go. And you can see, yeah, so this is putting the first stage fertilization on it. So yeah, after we plant this, we'll run the roller over it, and this will be done for the month. And we'll be working on our alfalfa field. I'd like to get it so that we're not doing any contract work, but yet we're only working on our fields. We'll see how it goes. Guys, thanks so much for following along with me today. I got a lot of good ideas and stuff for this series. I'm moving things along, and I want to really expand and do more things on this map, and I'm going to try some new things here as well. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. I always read and respond to your guys' comments. I'm really enjoying this map a lot. This is the most fun I've had on the farm that I can remember, like, ever. So I'm going to keep doing this here. I'll catch up with you guys next time. We'll be working on our alfalfa field. We're going to be wrapping silage. Not doing hay this time, but rather silage. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you then. Peace out.